Welcome to SheByte, your weekly bite of clarity, courage, and conscious power. I'm Luna.
And I'm Gloria. Today's episode is about a 2-letter word that can feel heavier than a 1,000-page book. No.
Right? Saying no without guilt can feel like climbing a mountain. Why is that? Is it just ingrained in us from childhood, or is there something deeper at play?
Well, part of it is cultural, absolutely. Women, especially, are often raised to be caretakers, to maintain harmony, to smooth things over. We're taught that our value is tied to our helpfulness, our willingness to accommodate. But there's a profound psychological reason, too, one that often gets overlooked. It's not just about being nice. A 2018 study in the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology, for instance, found that people who set boundaries often anticipate rejection even when it never actually comes. Our brains, in an effort to protect us from perceived social fallout, tend to wildly overestimate the social cost of saying no. We conjure up scenarios of anger, disappointment, or even abandonment that rarely materialize in reality. And yet when we don't say no, when we constantly override our own needs and desires to please others, we pay an even steeper cost. We pay it in burnout, in simmering resentment that erodes our relationships, and most tragically, in a profound disconnection from ourselves. We lose touch with what truly energizes us, what our authentic priorities are.
It's a silent killer of well-being, isn't it? We think we're being kind by saying yes to everything, but we're often being unkind to ourselves. Dr. Brené Brown, whose work we adore here at SheByte, said it best: clear is kind, and nothing, absolutely nothing, is clearer or ultimately kinder, both to ourselves and to others, than a healthy, grounded no. It's a statement of self-respect, a declaration of what you value, and a crucial step towards living a life that truly aligns with your deepest desires.
And that's what we're diving into today: how to articulate that clear, kind no without the lingering shadow of guilt. We'll explore practical phrases, mindset shifts, and even some real-life role plays to equip you with the tools you need to reclaim your time, energy, and peace of mind. Because saying no isn't about being selfish. It's about being strategic with your most precious resources. It's about creating space for the yeses that truly matter.
That's such a crucial point, Gloria. It's not about shutting people out, but about curating your life. Think of it like this: every yes you give to something you don't truly want to do is a no to something you do want to do. It's a no to your own peace, your own projects, your own rest. We often forget that our time and energy are finite resources, and every commitment we make has an opportunity cost.
Absolutely. And it's not just about big, life-altering decisions. It's the small, insidious yeses that chip away at us. The extra committee you didn't really want to join, the social event you're dreading, the favor that stretches you too thin. These accumulate, and before you know it, you're running on empty, wondering where all your time went.
And the irony is, when we're constantly overcommitted and depleted, we're actually less effective, less present, and less joyful in the things we do say yes to. So, learning to say no isn't just self-preservation, it's about optimizing your capacity for genuine engagement and contribution.
It's about being intentional. And that's where the guilt often creeps in, isn't it? This feeling that we're letting someone down or that we're not being a good friend, colleague, or family member. But true kindness, as Brené Brown reminds us, is about being clear. It's about respecting your own boundaries so you can show up authentically for others, rather than showing up resentfully or half-heartedly. It's a gift, really, to both yourself and the person you're saying no to, because it sets a precedent for honest and respectful interactions.
So, how do we start? For many, the very thought of uttering that 2-letter word sends shivers down their spine. We're going to break down some actionable steps, starting with understanding the different types of no and how to deliver them with grace and conviction. Because a no doesn't have to be harsh or confrontational. It can be gentle, firm, and even empowering. Stay with us, SheByte listeners, as we unlock the power of the guilt-free no.
Exactly, Luna. And the first step in mastering this is recognizing that no isn't a monolithic concept. There's nuances, different shades of no that can be employed depending on the situation and your relationship with the person making the request. For instance, there's the no, not now, which is about prioritizing. It's not a rejection of the person or the task, but a clear statement about your current capacity or timeline. This is incredibly useful when you genuinely want to help, but are simply overwhelmed at the moment.
The no, but. I love that one. It's a no that offers an alternative or a compromise. No, I can't take on that project right now, but I can recommend Sarah, who has expertise in that area. Or, no, I can't meet for coffee this week, but I'm free next Tuesday. It softens the refusal while still holding your boundary. It shows goodwill and a willingness to be helpful within your limits, which can alleviate a lot of the perceived social cost we talked about earlier.
Then there's the firm, unequivocal no. This is often the hardest one to deliver, especially for those of us who are people pleasers. This no is for situations where a request fundamentally violates your values, your boundaries, or would cause significant detriment to your well-being. It's a complete and total boundary, and it's crucial to have in your arsenal. It might feel uncomfortable in the moment, but it's an act of profound self-respect.
And it's important to remember that this firm no doesn't require a lengthy explanation or apology. Often the more we explain, the more we open the door for negotiation or guilt tripping. A simple direct no, I won't be able to do that, is often sufficient. The discomfort we feel is usually our own, not necessarily the other person's reaction. They might be disappointed, but they'll likely respect your clarity.
And then there's the no because, which is a slightly softer version of the firm no. It provides a brief, non-negotiable reason without over-explaining. No, I can't stay late tonight because I have a prior commitment. It's not an invitation for debate, but a statement of fact that reinforces your boundary. It's about being transparent without being defensive.
So we have no, not now, no, but, the firm no, and no because. Understanding these different types gives us a toolkit, doesn't it? It moves us away from the idea that no is always a harsh, absolute rejection and shows us the versatility of this powerful word. In our next segment, we'll dive into some real-life scenarios and role-play how to deliver these different types of no with grace and conviction. You won't want to miss it, SheByte listeners.
All right, SheByte listeners, let's put these no types into action. We're going to do some quick role plays because theory is great, but practice is where the real magic happens. Luna, you ready to play?
Born ready, Gloria. Let's start with a classic work scenario. How many times have we been in this situation? Role play scenario 1, the work overload. Setting, a busy office, Friday afternoon, 4:45 p.m. Your boss, a well-meaning but often demanding individual, approaches your desk.
Hey, Luna, got a quick minute? Look, I know it's late, but this new client proposal just landed and it's critical. I really need you to pull an all-nighter on this. Can you have a draft ready by Monday morning? It's a huge opportunity for the team.
Gloria, I appreciate you thinking of me for such an important project. However, I won't be able to pull an all-nighter this weekend. I have a pre-existing, non-negotiable commitment that I need to honor. I can, however, come in early on Monday morning to get a head start, or I can help you strategize who else on the team might have capacity to contribute over the weekend. What works best?
I see. Well, coming in early Monday would be a big help. Let's touch base first thing then. Thanks for being upfront, Luna.
See? That was a no because combined with a no but. I stated my boundary clearly, gave a brief, non-negotiable reason without over-explaining, and then offered a viable alternative. It maintained professionalism and showed I was still a team player, just not at the expense of my personal commitment.
Perfectly executed. You didn't apologize excessively, you didn't make excuses, and you didn't leave room for debate. You were clear, kind, and offered a solution. That's the sweet spot. Now, let's shift gears to a more personal realm. This one hits close to home for many of us. Roleplay Scenario 2, the family obligation. Setting: a Sunday afternoon phone call with a well-meaning but often overwhelming family member.
Oh, Gloria, darling, I was just calling to see if you could possibly host the big family reunion this year. With your lovely big house and that gorgeous garden, it would just be perfect. And you're so good at organizing these things. We're thinking about 30 people, potluck, but you'd handle the main dishes, of course. What do you say?
Aunt Carol, that sounds like a wonderful idea, and I love the thought of everyone getting together. However, I'm going to have to say no to hosting the reunion this year. My plate is incredibly full right now with work and a few personal projects, and I simply don't have the capacity to take on such a large event. I'd be happy to contribute a fantastic dessert or help with decorations if someone else hosts, but hosting isn't something I can do.
Oh, but it's just one day, and you're so good at it. It wouldn't be the same without you hosting.
I understand it might be disappointing, Aunt Carol, and I truly wish I could. But my no on this is firm. My capacity is limited right now, and I need to honor that. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone, though, and I'll bring my famous lemon bars.
That was a classic firm no, Gloria, delivered with kindness but unwavering resolve. You acknowledged her feelings, but you didn't waver on your boundary, and you didn't get pulled into justifying or over-explaining, which is key.
Exactly. The key there was repeating the boundary gently but firmly and not getting drawn into the emotional appeal. It's about recognizing that your no is valid, even if it disappoints someone. Their disappointment isn't your responsibility to fix by sacrificing your own well-being. It's a tough lesson, but a vital one. And remember, offering a small alternative, like the lemon bars, can soften the blow without compromising your core boundary.
Absolutely. Now, for our final scenario, let's tackle this social sphere. This is where peer pressure, even subtle, can make saying no particularly tricky.
Oh, bummer, but totally get it. Next time then. That was a perfect no, not tonight. Simple, direct, and respectful of your own needs. You didn't make up an elaborate excuse. You just stated your reason clearly and wished them well. It's about honoring your own energy levels and commitments without feeling obligated to explain every detail.
And that's the beauty of it. It respects both your time and theirs. It's a no that preserves the friendship because it's honest and doesn't leave room for resentment. These role plays, we hope, give you a tangible sense of how these different types of no can be applied in your daily life. It's not about being rigid or unapproachable, but about being intentional and clear.
And for those of you who want to dive even deeper, we've created a free downloadable workbook to help you practice saying no with confidence. You can find the link in the description below this episode. It's packed with exercises and prompts to guide you on your journey to guilt-free boundaries. So, SheByte listeners, we challenge you this week. Identify one area in your life where you consistently say yes when you really want to say no. It could be a small thing like an extra task at work, or a larger commitment. Practice one of these no types. And don't forget to write your success story in the comments. What did you say no to that made space for something better? We'd love to celebrate your wins with you.
And remember, every no to something that doesn't serve you is a powerful yes to your own well-being, your priorities, and ultimately to the life you truly want to live. Thank you for joining us on SheByte, and thank you, Gloria, for being with us on the podcast today. We'll be back next week with more clarity, courage, and conscious power. Empowerment in every bite. This is SheByte.